We would like to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Sonic Electronics, so check them out for great deals on speakers, head units, amps, subs, wiring, etc. Use discount code PROVOBEAST for an instant 5% off your next purchase during checkout. PROVOBEAST doing another install today. Today we're doing rear speakers on a 2001 Civic, Honda Civic. In this install, we're going to show you how to remove this factory back panel so we can remove the factory speakers. We're going to show you what speakers that we've chosen, the wiring pieces that we've picked up as well, and essentially getting this all put back together with a little test. So first things first, what we need to do is get these old 6.5s out from the factory panel. So to do so, we're going to have to put the front seats back. There's quite a few clips up underneath. We need to unhook our third brake light and really go from that point. Alright, here we are in the car. So we have this back panel that we need to remove. First thing we're going to do is remove these side C-pillar panels. And that allows us to get a little bit more axes, and as you can see, they kind of overlap on the corners here. Now, we may have to remove these side back seat cushions. Really, they just clip in, and then typically there's a bolt at the bottom. We're going to show you how to do that. Once that's all clear, this little centerpiece just pops on out, and then the rest here, panel-wise, are held on with clips. Alright, so for these side cushions here, you're going to see a 10mm bolt. Sorry, it's a little out of focus there for you. Go and remove that on both sides. Okay, so as you've removed this 10mm bolt, you'll actually come to the back of the trunk area. By pulling this down here, you're going to release the little tab here that holds the other side of the seat. Side cover, and then give it a little tug, and it just comes free. Now this is what that little tab looks like. Typically you just push it in. There's where the seat mounts, and that's out of the way. Okay, so for the side pillar, you just start popping it loose. As you can see, there's going to be a few clips. Now if they pop out, it's not a big deal. You can actually just slide them on back in here, just like so. But it's going to release here. There's 3 clips here. There's a clip here, and a clip here, and a clip here. And then down here, this bottom piece also kind of clips in. So just take your time. And that is the opposite side of the panel. And it just comes free. And as you can see now, it's totally out of the way. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so we got both sides all pulled apart there. Now you'll want to make sure up underneath for your light, you disconnect it right there. Just a little harness, not a big deal. You don't have to take these child anchor points for car seats out because they just will slip right on through. But at this point, using a paddle tool to help relieve some of those clips, this is all just held on with clips. Now you can actually go underneath and see where the clips actually go through the sheet metal and pop them from the other side. We're going to show you where the clips are as we get this all pulled apart. Here we are in the trunk side, and as you can see, all these clips, one here, all the way around. These are what hold on the actual panel. So if you got some pliers, what you can do is just push them up, just like that. And what this does is eliminates the risk of breaking these. This one's, there it goes. Like that. So go ahead and do it all the way across the top. Alright, so once you've done so, unhooking everything, go ahead, give it a good little tug. Now if you're still getting hung up with something, just know that you probably missed a clip. Now we don't need to take this piece out directly, we can just lay it down just long enough where we can get back behind the speaker and get that all replaced, and then we'll put the panel right back in its place. Alright, excuse the window. But basically, each one has 10mm bolt or a Phillips. You can use either way. Remove the 3 mounting points and the speaker will come free. You'll want to disconnect the harness hooked to the speaker either now or open the trunk and go up underneath. But I just unclipped from the speaker and then that'll leave everything free. Okay, so we went ahead and removed those 3 screws. And unhooking the harness here, you just squeeze on both sides and it pops on out. Here's your factory speaker. Has a little tear in it. This thing was distorting like crazy. Little teeny magnet. We're going to go ahead and get this all replaced with a good factory replacement entry-level speaker. And get that all bolted in. So we'll show you how to mount it correctly and get everything wired up. Now the speakers we've gone with are these JVC 6.5 coaxial speakers, and we have these harness adapters, Metro 72-7800. This allows us to plug directly in the factory plug without having to cut the factory speaker wiring. Super nice, and we'll show you how those work. If you want to see a little bit more about these speakers, I'll post the unboxing in the description below. So go ahead and check those out. Now with our speaker, we're going to actually use this bracket, and this speaker is trash. So using a razor blade, I've cut all the way around, and we're going to rip this out. We're going to cut these brackets here, so we remove the magnet, keeping the outer frame, and we're going to use this frame to mount our new speaker to, so we can use the factory bolt locations. Okay, so we got all those cut. Just used a pair of flush cuts. There we are. Right in the trash. Okay, so there's our mounting bracket. You don't really have to buy them, which is really nice. With this, we're going to get this pulled apart, get the speaker mounted, and the bracket itself. Alright, so what we've done here is we got our bracket all ready to go. Now you may notice, now we can't directly mount the speaker to this yet. And the reason why is when this fits on, there's little ledges that sit around the actual rim. And so we drilled speakers here, but it's going to be right over the metal anyways. And so if you get a short enough screw, that'll work. If that doesn't work for you, you can drill right through the sheet metal. Or you can flip the bracket around if this works for you and get a longer screw. And that should give you the clearance you need. Alright, there we go. Now I use different, a little bit shorter screws here, just so they don't go past the flush mount, because I flipped the bracket over. But I've drilled the holes, and I'm going to now disconnect the speaker from the bracket so I can mount the speaker bracket with the 3 factory screws. Now there's our speaker harness adapter, just plugs right in, and then this end plugs into the Honda factory speaker connection. Okay, so I went ahead and mounted the actual speaker bracket with the 3 screws, and see how the speaker actually covers them up. That's why you'll want to do that first. Then with the holes we've already drilled, we used just our screws, mounted that in. If screws are too long, make sure you find little shorter ones, just so they don't bind up on the metal itself, unless you decide to actually drill it to the metal. So at this point, we're good. Now here underneath, I'm going to connect these 2 guys together. Again, I'm doing this with one hand. There you go. Just like so. Now, I'm just going to tuck that away. It doesn't get in the way of anything. Just like so. Speaker's all hooked up. Harness is in the way. That's great. Let's go ahead and do the same for the other side and then reassemble the rear deck. Okay, so I got both speakers mounted. Now let's go ahead and put this panel back on, get all the clips to pop back in the panel, the sheet metal itself, and just in a reassembly mode, just everything in a reverse order. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, all done. Everything's all put back together. We are good to go. We'll go ahead and turn this on for you, just so you can kind of hear everything hooked up. That is it. Thanks guys for watching the video. If you have any questions about this install, just go ahead and post a comment below. For the speakers we used in this install, go ahead and check out Sonic Electronics. They do carry them, and you get a 5% discount with Provo Beast coupon code. Thanks again for supporting the channel. We appreciate it so much, and we'll certainly see you in the next video.